The land of extreme has risen again, and so has Stevie Richards. Last week in the main event, this week in a number one contendership match for the ECW Championship, Stevie Richards is still alive.
I'll show you. You'll see.
Stevie Richards has shown us over the past 2 weeks. Alright, he didn't show us much tonight, but I mean, what has happened to the career of Stevie Richards? Literally been jobbed out for like 10 years in a row, then picks up a couple of wins over Kevin Thorne, picks up the victory, aided by being in CM Punk's team last week, and then gets announced in tonight's big championship brawl, scramble, championship race to the ECW finish line.
He's doing better than 2023, Stevie Richards.
Definitely doing better than 2023 Stephen Richards. But we kick off the show. This is the 18th of August, September.
9th month of the year.
Last week was 9/11. That's not a good date, but yeah. 18/11 is not bad. 18/9 even. It's not bad. 18/9. We'll take it.
18/9.
18/9 is no bad. We kick off 18/9 episode ECW.
No, actually, it's 9/18 in America. Aye.
Oh, apologies for that. Backwards here, right? We kick off with Elijah Burke coming out, and he's saying that he should get the next shot at CM Punk, even though I feel like he's already had multiple shots. But
it's funny when everyone else here has a more genuine case than him. Maybe apart from Kevin Thorne, since he's losing to Stevie Richards. But
right, well, we haven't got to them yet, but Elijah Burke wants his shot, he wants his case, and then Kevin Thorne comes out, and Kevin Thorne is basically like, yeah, Elijah, last week you had your chance, you've already had your shot at the pay-per-view, you got beat, it's my turn now, I'm the man. Elijah Burke's like, aye, last week you're so much the man that you got beat in the tag team match. So we got the two former New Breed members coming together, Kevin Thorne, Elijah Burke. In my opinion, as soon as Kevin Thorne dropped the vampire gimmick, he was going nowhere. Because he's still kind of wearing the vampire attire, but he's doing absolutely nothing that's like resembling a vampire. I think they've even took out the gimmick teeth.
No, it's stupid though, you're right.
And he doesn't have the vignettes, he doesn't have the...
As soon as you give him a mic and he drops everything, what's the point of dressing?
He doesn't have the crazy fucking vampire goth chick, because she was getting assaulted by Batista or whatever, or stood up to Batista, and one of yous have to go. It's not Big Dave.
They should have did something similar to Blade here with Kevin Thorne, because they not did something like Blade. Not that he's Wesley Snipes, but something like that.
What, blackface?
No, like the character Blade.
I had to stick him in the bin, in my opinion.
Or was the character Blade not more the Brood? Even though they weren't really similar.
What the hell are you talking about? Tommy, do you remember?
If you're going for the vampire thing, you go down the line that they used to go down, not this.
Speaking about vampires, Tommy Dreamer comes out. This guy looks like he's had all the blood, all the life, all the energy sucked right out of him.
Well, I mean, he is pretty fat. He ate all the garlic and the onion.
Coming out, there's former New Breed members as well. Tommy Dreamer's like, I eat, I sleep, I breathe ECW. If there's one person that should be getting a title shot, it's me. I'm an original. We get the old Elijah Burke, you're a fossil joke, What, didn't you die 10 years ago? No, that was just ECW, mate, that died 10 years ago. And then we get Stevie Richards come out. And before Stevie Richards can do anything, Tommy Dreamer just kind of cuts him off, and he's like, hey, Stevie, come on now. You know how much this title means to me. I mean, like, what?
I know. But what's funny, see Tommy Dreamer, he's playing with 34 here.
He fucking looks about 64.
He did. He looked pumped.
Tommy Dreamer's basically saying to Stevie Richards, back off, mate. You know how much this title means to me. Don't get in my way. It's like, I mean...
What about the other two then?
It's Stevie Richards. I mean, shouldn't Tommy Dreamer be like, we got a backup here, a fellow original?
I know.
But Stevie Richards is like, I'll show you, you'll see. He get with his throat, and he wants a shot at the title. He's like, I'm the only guy that won a match last week. How often can Stevie Richards say that he was the only man to win a match last week? Maybe the first time in his career.
I know, it's bad.
So, yeah... And then we get Estrada comes out. Estrada's like, oh, for you gentlemen want to be ECW Extreme, haha. But only one can face CM Punk. So he sets up a championship chase, and he says it begins tonight. Fatal 4-way. I don't know if it's due to the English or whatever, but he doesn't really explain it that well. And then during the break, Joey Styles and Taz kind of have to go into a bit more detail. But essentially, we're getting a fatal 4-way match. whoever gets pinned is eliminated, and whoever doesn't get pinned, the 3 members advance. Which, I mean, I like the concept. However, I feel like they probably should have done, you get something for winning.
Like you pick the stipulation, or
you said you get immunity. I mean, I don't know how that would work. Spoiler alert, next week there'll be a title threat match with the 3 remainers. But what,
maybe the winner of this fatal 4-way
was allowed to get pinned once or something?
Or they just don't have to fight next week and it's a one-on-one match. So they get a bye to the final if you win this, no?
True, I just think you could have done something, because the way this stipulation was, you could have literally just stayed on the outside. And like this was like a Royal Rumble, you could have just stayed down and...
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you're not the guy taking the pin.
I feel like, though, this is actually a good concept. I just feel like when it's these 4, it doesn't look as good.
No, but I will say I thought the match was very entertaining.
No, I thought it was a good match.
I thought it was the match probably had no right being this good, considering who was in it.
Are you not surprised that they didn't do this with, like, Cena, Edge, Orton and Michaels, who were feuding at this point?
Well, Cena had the belts. He can't
a few months ago.
But
you know what I mean?
Take Cena out and put somebody else in. No, I like the concept, and I mean the match is good, and you know what? I like multi-man matches. I don't think we get enough of them in wrestling. But yeah, well, what can we say? Elijah Burke and Tommy Dreamer fought, and then you'd Stevie Richards. It looked like Stevie Richards was going to win the match at one stage. That's a big super kick on Kevin Thorne. Dreamer goes to the top rope, hits one of the worst frog splashes you'll ever see.
We also did a roll to the outside, which was pretty bad.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. But then you had Stevie Richards. He was going to the top rope, but he gets caught by, I believe it was Kevin Thorne, and he got power bombed. And then Elijah Burke hit a finishing maneuver, and then Burke pins Stevie Richards with Kevin Thorne on top of him, so he had a double pin essentially, and that was enough to eliminate Stevie Richards.
The fact he needed 2 people to pin him shows the momentum he's had.
Stevie Richards, the fucking man.
Big SR.
But unfortunately, that's him eliminated, so we say bye-bye. The championship chase will continue without Stevie Richards. We then see CM Punk. He's walking backstage. He confronts Elijah Burke. Elijah Burke is, did you see that? Did you see what I just done? I'm coming for you. Park's like, what I seen was you needing the help of another man to pin somebody.
And that man, Stevie Richards.
And then CM Punk says, good luck to Elijah Burke. And Elijah Burke says, wait, didn't you say luck was for losers? And then Punk's like, yeah, I did. So basically just saying in front of his face that you are a loser. Which was, I mean, it was alright. It wasn't bad. Then we got Extreme Expose. They did some dance dressed in pink, and it was a song that's relevant. It was actually a legit song.
The Miss from Ohio, Joey.
But, I mean, I don't dislike the Extreme Expose performances, but I mean, it's not something you're going to say it was amazing. Although sometimes the comment...
We've been saying the same shit for about a year now.
That's pretty good. No, I mean, I'm not going to complain. 3 hot women.
At least they've added the Miz into it, though.
I know most wrestling fans will probably be like covering their eyes when they see this, but I mean, it was alright. Sometimes Taz and Joey Styles selling it as well makes it better than it is, so I mean, I'm not going to complain. Then we get Balls Mahoney versus Mike Knox in a rematch from last week where Balls Mahoney lost to Mike Knox pretty easily. So I thought we were getting same result here, but no, Mike Knox loses to Balls Mahoney.
This is just a weird one, isn't it? Like, I really don't know what they're doing with Mike Knox.
No, the power of Balls Mahoney. Then after the match, he gets attacked by Mike Knox, and then the Extreme Expose are leaving with The Miz, and Balls Mahoney says, hey, Kelly. Yeah, that's just her name. He wasn't shouting on her twice and legit.
Kelly.
And then he says, Kelly, will you go on a date with me? And The Miz is kind of like laughing, and Kelly kind of looks at Balls, and The Miz pulls Kelly away, and Balls like, there wasn't a no. So Balls is taken as a yes.
It wasn't a yes either, though,
Then
mate.
Taz on commentary says, no means yes. And all the feminists, I'm sure, all the feminists rewatching this will be complaining about that one.
How many feminists do you think are rewatching this, though?
Yeah, probably none. Controversial comments for Taz, though.
It was.
If he says that in 2023, no means yes, I can just imagine the backlash. I can smell it.
I know, and it's a bit of banter for Taz. It's nothing. There's nothing malicious in it.
No, I know, but I mean, you know for a fact,
absolutely.
you know for a fact that if that same, see if this happens in wrestling in 2023, there's an apology getting made.
Yep.
at the end. Oh, we didn't mean that. You know, it's not.
McMahon would come on and treat Taz like Benoit.
The Benoit treatment.
The name Taz will not be mentioned on any WWE program.
We'll only mention Taz with 3 sets. You know, it's like, what? Then we get the main event, and honestly, this main event has been hyped and billed better than pretty much any match I can think of in years. Big Daddy Fee versus the Boogeyman. What a build. And it feels like this deserved to be on the pay-per-view.
No, it did, but it was never going to be in the pay-per-view, was it?
Well, could they not just... but then again, I guess maybe they're trying to make this episode of ECW maybe feel a bit bigger.
I'm actually surprised it main event it.
Oh, I had the main event.
Did it?
What do you think was going to main event?
You could have had the fatal 4-way.
Well, true. Well, look who's in it, like you said. I mean,
good match, though.
It was a good match, but so was this. Big Daddy Fee versus the Boogeyman. Big Daddy Fee, I'm not going to lie, pretty much dominated the entire match. The only offense Boogeyman got in was when Big Daddy Fee was so hungry. He tried to eat the worms. Boogeyman didn't like this. He ran, hit a big crossbody into the corner. But that was about as much momentum as Boogeyman got, unfortunately. Big Daddy Fee hit all his signatures.
This is good storytelling, though. See, once a guy this size hits big moves on like a jobber,
you don't come back.
Aye, it's it. It's beat. You're beat.
See, nowadays, right, you'd have Big Daddy Fee hitting all these big moves on Ricochet, and then 5 minutes later, Ricochet would be making his comeback. No.
Exactly.
Well, once Big Daddy Fee lands on you with all his weight, that's you done. You're finished.
You're squished.
That's what happened
like
here.
Bug.
He hit his
Boogeyman.
What do you call his finisher? It's like the fall, like not the the one where it's like a like the Big Boss Man kind of slam.
I know what it is. Not fall away
slam or whatever. I mean, he hits that, and then that's pretty much it. But then he adds the elbow drop for.
That's good night.
Now, normally you would think an elbow drop shouldn't be a finisher. But when Big Daddy Fee hits it...
With his big tits.
Any move's a fucking finisher with Big Daddy Fee. And it's like, see, his elbow drop's cool, because it's not like The Rock's elbow drop. You know what The Rock actually done it up. With Big Daddy Fee, he's basically dropping his entire... But it's like, he's landing his armpit. He opens up his arm so that his like armpit and flab...
His rib cage.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not like an actual elbow drop. It's like a... It's an elbow drop, but it's like a fucking body drop.
No, it's funny. Like, could you imagine this guy doing the Finn Balor's finisher?
He'd die. No, he'd fucking die.
I think his legs would die.
No, could you imagine if he did the coup de grace off the top rope onto somebody?
Fuck, I know.
Come on, do you think he'd be able?
I got seen at the thing.
Aye, but do you think he'd be able to try and like land so that he's not really applying all his body weight to the person on the floor?
Chance.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, that is it. That's your ECW. Big Daddy Fee gets a big win. And what's next? Can he set his eyes on the ECW championship? Should he have been in the championship chase? Will he...
I think they're just trying to protect them, though, aren't they, for that?
Will he focus on the title now that he has put Boogeyman away, or has he? Will Boogeyman be looking for revenge next week? That's what we'll find out when we see ECW on the 24th of September or the 25th of September, whatever the next week's edition is. But yeah, guys, that's it for this show. What's your quick thoughts there as the show comes to an end?
See Fistler and Big Daddy Fee, same guy, but I think they've done a really good job of making you feel like they're different people.
I mean, it is, because like 2 years ago under the Fistler gimmick, maybe not even 2 years, let's say 2 years ago, I mean, he was doing absolutely nothing. The world's largest love machine.
No, but I'm not even on about like the fact he seems a bit over. I actually feel like it does legit seem like a different person.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same look.
I feel like when JBL was JBL, you kind of always knew it was Bradshaw, just a different, he just stuck a hat on. I feel like this actually feels like a different...
So you're saying if you didn't know, you wouldn't know that's Fistler?
Yeah, well, I would go as far as saying that.
Yeah. I think that's a...
But then again, if Fistler took his top off, you'd know immediately, so...
Look at those big flippy tits. Could we see... What's the chances of Big Daddy V joining Extreme Expose? And would you do
chocolate? I don't know.
Do you Layla's kind of chocolate?
Big Daddy.
He's like the extra large deluxe fucking
chocolate milkshake.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Big Daddy V and Extreme Expose.
What's his cup size?
Jesus Christ. extra large. A number 45 and a large soda. GTA, motherfuckers. Till next time.
Wait, whoa. Rating out of 10.
Oh, crap. You know what? I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was
I'm going to give it a 6.
I thought it was a good show.
Smokes anything today.
Main event was good. Fatal 4-Way was good. So. And I mean, yeah, you got to see Balls Mahoney asked out Kelly, and you got to see Extreme Expose dancing. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. Plus, I thought the opening segment was actually not bad as well. The set up the Fatal 4-Way. So yeah, good stuff overall, guys. 6 out of 10. Let us know your thoughts down below. We'll catch you in the next one. And of course, until then, peace.